And they comfortable. It's the weirdest thing to me. I'm like, boo, you broke. And you broke on several levels. We're not talking about Sally Mae. You still owe your grandma. I'm talking about you need to cash your grandma out. Listen to me, unless you number one in your industry, you shouldn't be chilling. And if you number one in your industry, you got enough common sense to know you better not be chilling. Every single day of my life, I feel like giving 120. Every single day. Somebody said yesterday, E.T., you gave 120. What you gonna do tomorrow? I said, I don't know. Give 140. I don't know, but I don't have days where I don't feel like it. Why? Because I'm counting on me. My wife's counting on me. My son's counting on me. I don't have days to waste. There's nothing wrong with the opportunity. You're not giving 120. You're giving 70. You're giving 60. You're giving 50. And you want what these people who've given sweat, who's given blood, who's given tears, you want what they paid for, and it ain't free. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get your butt up and get to where you're supposed to be. The Bible says he was in a big pit and he came to himself and he went home. Get your butt up. You are a royal priesthood. Get where you belong. Do what you're supposed to do. Live like you're supposed to live. You got all the stuff. You got it all. But you will not outwork me because your height has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your face has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your two-parent background has nothing to do with my work ethic. You will not outwork me. On your jet, you will not outwork me. In your Bentley, you will not outwork me. You will not outwork me. Get out. Act like you playing basketball. Act like you playing football. Compete. That's what bothers me. Many of y'all are not competing. I need effort. Compete. Go to class. I just left for school telling these kids, act like you playing football. Go in that doggone classroom. Compete. Many of you have lost your competitive edge. Get your competitive edge back. I'm not against no other motivational speaker. I'm just competitive. Some of you are not successful because every single time you run up against a trial, every time you run up against a tribulation, you stop and you cut off beast mode. And what I'm here to tell you is, if you tell that thing, I'm here just like you here, and I promise you, I ain't leaving without the degree. I ain't leaving. I will not leave without that goal. I will not leave without that dream. I will not leave this opportunity. So I get it.
When I think about building wealth and building wealth that lasts, it really starts with the Vanderbilts.
You don't punish yourself. Somebody said, E, you losing weight. I punish myself. I don't eat meat no more. That's a punishment. Because I remember when I was eating meat, I didn't look like this. I had to give something up to go up. What do you give up? When you don't make the 203 a day, do you not watch TV? That's your problem. You getting to watch TV and not make money and still survive. You got to hear what I'm saying. The reason why you broke is because you're getting a reward and you ain't working. I'm not scared that some kid's going to take my spot. If he does, he's going to have to do it with sweat. He's going to have to do it with tears. He's going to have to do it with blood. He is going to have to get up at 2:30 in the morning. If he can get up every day at 2:30, he deserves to take my spot. Some people are taking your spot and they shouldn't take it, but because you're average, it's easy to take your spot. It's easy. It's easy to get to the place before you get there. It's easy to take that client before you get to him. It's easy. It's easy to beat you. Why? You average. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do a beast. There's nothing that can stop me because my motives are pure. And the purer your motives are, that you guarantee yourself success. When you're doing stuff for yourself, you can't guarantee it's gonna blow up. And no disrespect, but this is why I need you to get your motives have to be pure. This is why. Because what happens is for each motive is a different level of energy. And some of you have like big dreams, but your energy is like a AAA battery. Your battery got to be able to push that dream. If you got a big old dream, but you got a small engine, you're not going to be able to push it. If dreams were easy, everybody would make them happen. The problem is that most people, I watch most people, they can't get up in the morning. They ain't got no energy. I'm walking through the airport running almost. Most people that I'm with, they don't got the energy to keep up with me. I'm like, boo, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just ain't got the stamina. You just ain't got the energy. You can't smart everything. You can't outthink everything. You can't, some stuff is just, you gotta be powerful. It's just some stuff that you gotta have stamina for. It's just, you just too slow. It just take you too long. You wake up, take you 3 weeks to do what it could take 24 hours to do. It don't make you a bad person, but you're gonna forever be average because to be great, you got to keep up. Today might not be the day, but soon it will be my day, and I will recycle my pain. So what do you mean, E.T.? You recycle the pain? I turn homelessness into a book. I turn my father not being in my life to a book. I turn an estranged relationship with my mom into a book. I turned being homeless into a book. I turned being a high school dropout into a bestseller. And not only do they sell it in America, they sell it across the world. What will you do with your pain? Will you let it break you or will you let it redefine you? My son, my daughter, they drive me. What drives you? And this is what I'm telling you. Because if a house drive you, you sweet, you gonna get one. Then what you gonna do when you finish? It's what she said. She blew this business up, and now she don't want to do it no more. You know how hard it is to blow a business up? You know how many people wish they could do what she's doing? But yet she finished with it. Why? Because that thing was not strong enough to drive her. The Nobel Prize, that takes me forever. I picked something that would drive me for the rest of my life. You doing it because somebody else told you to do it. You want to drive a Rolls Royce because everybody else drives it. You want to live in that house because everybody else living in that house. You got affirmation problems. You're not doing it because you really want to do it. You're doing it because you want to be affirmed. Let me tell you something. That's a great place to start. But when you get to your root, it's a whole level. Take all your energy for the dream because you're going to need it. And so if the second thing I can teach you is, for every dream you have, take at least a week or 30 days and write down every single thing that it's going to take to make it happen. And I want you to know something. After you write everything down, you still have not written everything down because you don't know what's going to happen. And so life normally breaks you because when it hits you, you wasn't ready. But if you're ready, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready and you stay plugged up, when you hear bad news, it don't break you because you already energized. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You got to touch. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You got to be possessed with the dream.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Do me a favor, guys. Drop a 7 in the chat. That made the hair on your arms rise up. If that made the hair on your arms rise up, drop a 7 in the chat, guys. Man, that was dope. I like that one. That's what I'm talking about.
We all have 24 hours. All right. What makes some of us average, makes some of us good, some of us great, is not the family you was born into. Right? It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with your socioeconomic status. It has everything to do with how you command your life. So if you have a bad day, which is no such thing of, it doesn't exist. You had a bad moment and you were so immature that you let that moment dictate the.
There we go. Sorry about that. So guys, listen, I'm so excited about the call today. One of the things that drives me and keeps me going every single day, guys, is, you know, when I wake up, that's my ritual. I listen to things like this in my 45-minute walk every morning at 8:30 in the morning. I plug my headphones in and I just listen to things like this. This right here, I listened to this morning. I'm walking in the rain and actually a little bit of snow here in Detroit is happening too. And I walk in and I'm sitting thinking to myself, man, I got to go hard. I can make excuses. It's cold outside. I can make excuses because it's raining. But I went out there and put that hot 45 in like a champ. But I was thinking to myself, how many people make excuses because it might be a little bit too cold today. It might be a little bit too cold to go out and talk to people today. It might be a little bit too, I might feel not great to go out and maybe get online and create some chats with some people. I don't want to jump on a locker room call today because I want to watch CNN and see what the verdict in the trial is. You know, whoever has an excuse for why it is they're not going to be on these calls. You know, excuses are just that, man. You can't make excuses and money at the same time. And people make excuses generally are people who are skeptical, and people always complain about where they are right now. And I usually tell people this, guys, you're exactly where you're supposed to be based on decisions that we make, opportunities we pass on, mentors we let pass by and not listen to some of the things they tell us. People are successful. We pass that information by and say, oh, I think I'm gonna try to learn it on my own, right? That's why people aren't successful in their lives, because they generally want to do it all by themselves instead of just keeping the play very, very simple. See, network marketing, guys, is a very simple business. I was just talking to a gentleman, as a matter of fact, out of Tom's organization earlier this morning. He was like, man, I just love the locker room calls, man. Listen, Mr. Young, tell me what the secret to the sauce is. I said, you want to know the secret to the sauce? Talk to people every single day and present every single day. Everything else will fall in line if you're presenting information every single day and talking to people every single day. That's it. He says, well, how do you get people to set up meetings? You just ask. You got to get masterful at doing these things every single day, because every call you do is a training opportunity for you. Every no you get is a learning experience. Every yes you get is a learning experience. But you got to get out there. You got to get your knuckles dirty, right? You got to get your knees scraped up. You got to go out there and just be willing to feel the pain, because guess what? Every situation you're going through in your biz is going to help you become better today. You know, you're not the same leader you were yesterday, nor will you be the same leader you're going to be tomorrow, because experience is going to make you, and they could either break you, right? But it's great to see the progression in some of the people on the call. I look at some of these people who a year ago were scared to speak on calls. Now I see them conducting their own training calls, right? See, that's a progression of a worthy goal that's taking place. And once you kick that law of inertia, once you start something that tends to stay in motion, I love seeing people stay in the course with their particular business and rocking and rolling with that. So that call, guys, that video really, inspires me. And I love kicking off our locker room calls with these little videos, because I want to show you that all it takes is eight to 10 minutes of positive vibrations every single day. That's all it takes, is for you to start your day with the positive fuel to help you go out there and feel 6 foot tall and bulletproof, guys. So with that being said, guys, I'm super proud of all you guys and on this call today for just plugging in. We got 158 souls on this call that's ready for some information. And today I have a special guest on the call. You guys, this guy is a young phenom, a young man who my wife and I got a chance to meet, and invited him out to a meeting. And when this gentleman came to the meeting, he just blew up the spot, man. His energy is just, just infectious. And generally, one thing I love about this young man, he's probably one of the smartest men I think I've ever met. And I was just talking to a friend of mine a few minutes ago, and I said, man, this guy, I called him the Oracle, and I nickname him and call him the Oracle. And sometimes I say that jokingly, but when you sit back and just listen to his, his diction, you listen to his mindset, you listen to just how he finds out so much stuff and has picked this thing up and become one of the top crypto educators, not in Detroit, not in Dallas, not in Netherlands, not in London, not in Japan, but in the entire freaking world, guys. He's emerged as one of the top educators, and someone I think, honestly, is one of the top, if not the top educator with I Am Mastery Academy. So watch his progression as a leader, as a man, as a friend. It's just nothing short of amazing for me. And I want you guys to do me a favor, drop some 7s in the chat as we welcome our special guest today, Mr. Blockchain Kobane in the hizzy today. What's going on, big dog?
What's going on, Coach? How you feeling this evening?
Man, man, I'm incredible, man. I've been so pumped up for this call, man. And just to see, you from when we first met you, you were just a young, energetic family. Listen, I'm just ready to learn. And just to see you now, man, just, I remember when I gave you that Think and Grow Rich book, man, you just took the baton and ran with it, man. And your mindset, listen to your calls, your trainings. I listen to them every morning. If I miss it live, I jump on this. The first thing I do in the morning, after I do my walk, I'm listening to your recordings and just see, I love the way you teach. I love the way you keep it fun. I love the way you your humor. You make it very excitable for people to learn, and you break it down what I like to call on the idiot-proof level. So I really appreciate you, man. And thanks for jumping on locker room call today, man. Let's have some fun today, bro. Tell us a little bit about your journey And just tell us. I know you coming up. You're a basketball star. I just got to say this, man. I know you probably could hoop, but you didn't want to see me back in the day. That's all I'm gonna say.
Here we go. Here we gonna start it off real quick. I already feel how this about to be one of those. Okay.
I was a legend back in the day, man. But anyways, I know you had hoop dreams, and you had some situations happen for you, man. But kind of talk about that situation, growing up, and some of the things. Everyone has a turning point in your life, guys, where you may think things are going to go the way you truly want, but God is going to take you out another course, right? You just got to be willing to go through some of these doors that you didn't think would be the door you'd be willing to go through, man. Kind of talk a little bit about that for me, Kirk.
Yeah. So, man, when I first was getting myself into just basketball in general, like I was really really good at it. My mom was excited about me playing a sport, and I really like gravitated towards it, and I really did get really good really fast. I got tall over summer. Like one summer I was like 5 foot nothing, and the next summer I was like 6'1". And after that, it took my voice a while to catch up, but everything else grew. Right, I was walking around like a little squeak, like one of those like rubber chickens for a long time, just squeaking. Everybody trying to be in the backyard playing basketball, everybody laughing. I'm like, y'all foul at me. And it was a whole thing. But after a while, I got really good at it. Actually got a scholarship to play basketball at a local college. And during that summer, it was just like a regular summer, just practicing as normal, hanging out with my friends. And during that summer, when I was practicing, these guys were arguing at the recreation center in the parking lot. And as soon as I heard the first gunshot, I already knew what it was. Like, okay, let me hurry up and just, get behind something real quick before this stuff dies down. And as soon as I turned my head to get behind the car, bullet caught me right inside of right underneath my eye, my orbital bone, like literally tore all of this open. I have no feeling from here around and up and through there. It's just numb, like none whatsoever. A lot of people don't know about that. They just, they think, oh, Kurt's super smart. But I tell you this, when I was in school, I was not a straight A student. I did just enough for me to play basketball. So I was not passionate about learning. I was not passionate about teaching. I had never taught anything in my life before. I never traded anything but baseball cards and basketball cards in my life. So when I got into this opportunity, I was as fresh as a leaf on a tree in spring. Like there was no previous, training or anything like that. My mom, was a single mom growing up with me and my sisters. It was literally every home that we stayed in is gone. It was tore down after we moved out. It was so messed up after we left. Nobody could live in it after us. It was like we did not have a lot growing up. And I was one of the happiest people I know growing up. I had an amazing childhood. I always salute my mom to what she did for me and my sister. Like she taught us how to really be happy and thankful for everything we have. I was when I was at the conference a couple of days ago, Justin Owens was showing one of the little videos of his story as he was coming up. And I had a moment where I remember when Coach invited me out to a dinner when I first joined the company, and my truck wouldn't start. He had to, he had to give me a jump on my truck. The day, like first day, first time I got to sit down and really like kick it with him, he had to give me a jump for my truck. And it was so funny. I remembered, I was like, man, he actually had to come over with the jumper cables. Like, I don't know, man, we can figure it out. And had to put the cables back on the battery. I got it started, drove home. I was so amped up, but it just shows the progression and how even in my early days, he was always looking out for me, right? It's like just being there when I needed little things like just a jump so I can get back home from the dinner, right? But it's so crazy to be where we are now, like full circle, having him here, you guys all, the team has grown so much. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I was the most hard-headed guy when I joined the company. I wanted to do everything my way. I wanted to teach. Coach was like, listen, I want to help you, but you got to be coachable here. I need to be able to know that if I'm sharing things with you, you can follow directions. And I'm like, I'm a sports guy, and I'm going against all my training from my whole life. It's just follow what coach tell you to do, right? But after a while of bumping my head too many times, I just finally decided, okay, listen, being a coachable person got you a long way in sports. Let's try that here. And everything coaches told me to do has brought me to new level after new level after new level after new level. So I tell everybody here, don't think for 1 minute that this man is telling us busy work, that he's giving us a bunch of running a circle things. Like he's trying to help you get to where you want to go. But if you're not going out and putting in that work, as coach says, show me, don't snow me. And for me, that's my motto now. I got it written on my whiteboard over my desk. Like I know what I want in life, and I know the people I want to have around me in life. And coach is like top 2. And where I got to have certain people around me for the rest of my life. He can't get rid of me if he paid me to leave. I'll be right there on the porch like, what we doing today? What's the plan? Like, it's a wrap. He stuck with me.
I love it, man. Again, man, I love pouring into people, man. And I definitely remember that day, man. We were out at the tavern on the green out there.
Yep.
And we had a great lunch, and I was sitting back thinking in the back, you don't even know this, man, but when your car wouldn't start and I gave you the jump, and I'm sitting back thinking, like, when we were driving, I looked over at Tamara, I says, we got to help this kid. Just I know I could see the passion in him, and it's not a great feeling knowing that your car is, cutting up on you in front of people you want to impress, and
right,
all those different type of things, and but it's all good, man. Those type of things make you, man. I never forget, just like you said, growing up, you had those situations. I remember growing up, and some of the turning points of my life were watching, growing up and having no food in the refrigerator, been starving like Marvin, or no lights, and water cut off. Hey, I went through all that stuff, man. But some of those things, people can, you can look back now, even though it's painful at the moment. But when you grow up, those things make you 6 foot tall and bulletproof, man. It makes you the person you are, being able to handle those things in adversity. But more importantly, what it did for me, Kurt, is it made me realize I got to be the one. Like, listen, I got to be the chosen one in the family that's going to get this deal done. I got to be the person that's going to get money out the way, man. So what point in your life, man, like going through all that, and, you had the incident, what was it? There was a turning point in your life, man, to say, you know what? I probably need to make some shifts. I probably need to make some shifts and kind of connect with the right type of people. What was that turning point moment for you, bro?
My daughter had gotten a 4.0 on her report card, and I promised her I'd take her to Toys R Us. That's how y'all know this is an old story, because it was a Toys R Us involved. Right. I took her to Toys R Us to get her, to get her whatever she wanted. And my daughter, she's one of those children where she's never asked me for like a lot of stuff. She's always just like, if she has something she like, she'll play with that thing for 2 years straight, and I got to convince her to go get something else. So when she got those grades and she said she wanted something and she was very serious about it, it was no negotiation. Like, she's such an amazing kid. She's very, very smart. She gets really good grades. So she got the 4.0. I challenged her to get a 4.0 because she's gotten close before. And when she did it, she came with the little swag face, like, look what I did. I'm like, oh, snap. Okay. So, and it's funny because before all this happened, she used to always tell everybody, my daddy's rich. My daddy's rich. My daddy got all the money. And I'm sitting there like on SSI getting like $500 a month. And she's bragging on me to all her friends, like, my daddy's rich. So she saw something before I saw it. But she got the grades. We went to Toys R Us. I spent the money on everything she wanted. And I had no more money with a whole lot more month left. And at that point, I'm trying to figure out how to keep the lights on, how to keep the water on, how to keep the food in the refrigerator, how to make sure I can do everything I got to do with just, living a regular life here. And that's when I started really like reaching out, trying to find ways to get things done. And I hit a flyer on Facebook that had Jewel Tankard on there, you and Tam. And I was like, yeah, it's time for me to make some changes. And I was already looking into trading, but I wasn't really like, getting any traction with it. I was YouTube student all day long. I'm on there just scrolling from YouTube channel to YouTube channel, trying to figure out. That's why I always tell people free can be very expensive, because you're spending a lot of your time that you're not going to get back on YouTube hoping something happens. So when I really got deep into it and I started finding things that I wanted to get deeper into, Forex was definitely one of them. Nobody in the city was talking about it. When I saw that flyer with you, Tam, and Jewel on there, I knew I was going down it. It would listen, hell and high water wasn't going to keep me from not meeting, period. Right. Truck starting or not starting, I was going to be on a bus. So I go to the meeting. Well, actually, I reached out to Tam first. I was asking her, hey, does it cost to come to the event? And I could hear Tam's voice in my head, like, oh my God, brother, no, you can come down. You're going to sit right next to me. Like, literally, I remember everything she said in that inbox she sent me. And I'm reading it like, all right, real happy, right? Like, not thinking like this is just who she is. And when I got to the meeting, I'm seeing Jewel do her thing, and Tam comes running out of the back. I just made $800. I'm like, that's the lady I was talking to. I know it because I heard everybody, Tam. I'm like, yep, that's Tamara. Cool. So yeah, I'll go up talk to her. She's like, yes, I remember you. Oh my God, it's amazing. I'm so glad you made it. And I run up to Lawrence. I'm like, I want to do what she did. I'm trying to like do. I want to be in the front doing. He's looking at me like, well, what's your name, young man? And I'm like, oh, I'm Kurt. Nice to meet you. I'm all amped up. I don't even have my wallet on me. I don't have my cards on me. I'm just hype. I done drove dirty there and back. Right? Like I can't do nothing the whole time. I'm so amped up about going. I don't even take my wallet. Right. So I got to come back the next day. And I know it's like Coach, he hears it all the time. Like, I'm going to be the best thing you ever did. I'm like Tom Brady. I'm the best decision this organization has ever made. He like, yeah, all right, show me, don't snow me. Right. But I still stand by. I told Coach, like, listen, I'm going to be one of the biggest things y'all ever seen in this thing. I ain't never done nothing like this, but I know this is something I want to do. And I'm the type of person where if I'm excited and passionate about it, I don't want to be the person in there. I want to be the guy that you're coming to see. Like, I've always been that way with basketball. I've always been that way with, chess. I've always been that way with anything I've done. I want to be the best. Yes, I can play chess pretty good, but I've always been one of those people where I want to be very important to something I care about. So when I got involved, and the first day in the back office, I know this is a little bit more of a longer answer, but my first day in the back office, when I heard Christopher Terry screaming and crying and spitting and yelling, I'm like, this dude has multiple millions. He don't have to be this emotional about this stuff he's breaking down. And then it was one video, and I tell everybody about this all the time, even on Go Live. There was one section called the mindset section that we used to have. Christopher Terry was screaming about, you got to be hungry. You got to want this better than you ever wanted anything in your life. And then it was a meeting that Coach did a while ago, maybe some years ago. And he was saying, as bad as you want it, somebody else wants it that same amount. You got to want it a little bit more. So just think about it, as bad as you want it, as bad as you want to be wealthy, as bad as you want to be financially free, you got to want a little bit more than that. And then you have it. And I'm thinking, I want it as bad as I could possibly want anything in my life. I've never been this close to having this kind of wealth. I'm never not going to do this. How bad do I got to want it? And he was like, listen, more. It was like that commercial with Kobe Bryant and Kanye. He was like, hey, more awards.
Right.
Like, I'm feeling like that now. So I'm like, okay, so I gotta go. I gotta sell out everything. I gotta eat, sleep, breathe. So when you play that video earlier, it resonates and it hits home, because I've never wanted anything more than I wanted this. And the thing about it is, it's not that I want it for the money. I want it because I know what it can do for our community. And I've never seen anything like this, that if you learn it, it could take you to a completely different stratosphere. And not just for the trading, like the marketing side as well. Like once you become the person you're looking to be for the rest of your life, you get to be that person and change millions, if not billions of lives. And there's no cap on how many lives you can change. This isn't like, okay, I've spent my whole life playing basketball. I'm in the league now. Yay. And I've made my money. This is, I've spent my life changing other people's lives for the better. Like, I don't know anything else I can do where helping other people helps myself. And it's that sweet spot in the middle where we all get to win together. Yeah. This for me was game changer. And like I said, there's nothing you could do, bro. Like, you stuck. Like, we gonna be linked like these.
You know what's wild, man, is I remember I was looking at that picture. I sent you that picture the other day, man, of you when you was doing your little pose with me and Jude.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I remember the guy you brought. I don't know if he's your brother or he was your friend, but he was in your ear like, this, don't do this. He was like negative Norman, man, just negative, right?
Yep.
Like, man, who is this guy? But it's crazy, man. A lot of the times your circle, because I know you was mentioning, you mentioned that he's your brother. I don't know if he's your blood brother.
Yeah, that's my brother Kennard, man. But one of my bros, Von Eric, is on the call. He knows exactly who he is. But it's rough. But it's crazy. He still trades too.
Yeah, you could choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. Many times your family will keep you from some major breakthroughs by listening to people who don't have what you want. And that's why I generally tell people, I don't have any of my family members in my business. And it's for a reason, because most of the time, for one, they don't listen. For two, they think they know everything. And for three, they don't want to really see you win the way other people do, honestly. It is really sad. But I'm just so glad that you didn't listen to him, because look at where you are today. Everything you said you want to accomplish, you've accomplished. Look, now you're world renowned, speaking on front of stages, 1,000 people. And
we ain't done it yet, Coach. Yeah. I got to get that chairman.
Yeah, but listen, that's only a 4-year progression, man. I mean, what I mean by that, guys, is one decision that you really make, and you have the passion plus the action. Keywords. You got the passion plus the action to go out there and make it happen. And look at you now, man. I mean, now your story's being written, but it's still not over. And you got some things you want to accomplish, man. But I think it's a great thing when you make up that mindset, because generally when you, just like you said, and I coach people this all the time. When you get involved with things, hey, we have an at-will business. Because not like you have to have a college degree to join our business. All you need is a freaking debit card and 235. That means there's no prerequisite, no background checks, any of that. So what that means is anyone could join our business, but not everyone is an impact player. So you have to have the mindset to say, you know what, I want to be the one that stands out in the crowd. I want to be like that lady in Arkansas. That's Sakina. I want to be like her. You know why? Because she's going out there getting the butter from the freaking duck every single day. See, I want to be that impact player that people are going to talk about 10 years from now as one of the movers and shakers of that particular company, right? But you got to have the mindset, guys, to say, you know what, I want to be one of the best. I don't want to just be in the team. I want to be someone that people talk about and want to emulate. And shout out to Sakina. I'm gonna have her speak at in for knocking out chairman. But listen, man, your progression, I know you didn't know much about crypto, but when I called you, I said, listen, man, I think I can get you on this I Am Educator. It's crazy, guys. This is a funny story. Kurt didn't know much about crypto whatsoever. He just said, you know what? He took the opportunity and just did it. And many a times when our business people wait to say, well, let me get some type of result first. No, sometimes you just got to jump off without the parachute. And what he did is he said, hey, if it's a spot, give it to me. I didn't even know he didn't know anything about crypto. But guess what? He took it and he just, he had improvised one of my favorite movies, Heartbreak Ridge. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. And what he did is he improvised, he adapted, and he's overcome with that, man. But I know you came over. How did you really start to dive into the rabbit hole of crypto, man? And, because now you're blockchain Kobane, man. That's going to be a number. That's blockchain Kobane in the house, man. What were some of the things that made you really just dive down this rabbit hole, man, to become one of the greatest of all time?
So, like you said, when I first got in, I knew enough of just about, going to Coinbase, buying it, setting up the wallet, new public keys, private keys. But where I am now from where I was when I started, no way, not at all. Like you could have ran circles around me and I'd have been sitting there like, I don't know. But when you offered it saying, hey, how would you feel if I could potentially get you a spot? I'm like, bro, listen, I'll be in there like swimwear. Like there's no way I'm not going to take that opportunity because I'm the type of person when I've always had this mentality. If you want to see somebody score, give me the ball. I've been that way my whole life. It's not a cocky thing. It's just, I may not get it right the first time, but I'm going to get it. Period. Like, just give me a shot. I'm going to do it. And it was also on the other side of it was, you've been so integral in just showing me areas where, like the time I went to the first class, he was like, you want to teach? Go ahead and teach. You put me in front with Benny. You let me do a class. And I'm like, bro, he didn't have to even do that, but he gave me opportunity to do something that I told him I wanted to do. Right. And it was like over and over and over, you kept putting me in these positions where you may be really uncomfortable, but I want to see how you perform. And I'm like, okay, I like that. I like the pressure situations. I've always been that person where I want to be the one who it falls to, because I know I'm going to give it my all rather than lean back and say, whatever. And I want to know, no, I can do better. I can do better. So when you gave me the shot, I went out to Barnes and Noble, right? I went to Books A Million. I bought every book that had crypto in it. Okay. I even got some stuff from like zoology I have no business owning. It's like cryptozoology. I don't even know why I bought it. I just saw crypto when I bought it. But I did. Like I went crypto crazy. I wanted to know this stuff so bad so I wouldn't let you down, the company down, and myself. So I wanted to make sure that no matter what happens from this point forward, they're going to have to get rid of me because I'm just doing too much. Mm-hmm. And that's why all my classes were 2 hours long. Like they told me to stop. Like, hey, you can't do 2-hour classes. We got people coming in. We want to make it a little more attractive. It's an hour and a half is a little easier to watch than 2 hours. I'm like, all right, cool. But it was funny. We never had to have a conversation. We got to tell somebody, stop doing this much work, right? Like, do less work, okay? We pay you this much, do less work. So, right. But that's a good problem to have, I guess, when you're working so hard, the company got to tell you, slow it down.
Right. I even noticed like some of the other educators, they on and they say, I'm going to knock out my little 1 hour or whatever. And I'm on your sessions, man. Sometimes you're on there 2 hours, man. You just go, and I think that goes with having passion for what it is you're doing. Oh, yeah. You love the excitement of it, the passion behind it. And, you give it 1,000%, man. And, just watching you grow, man, it's just been such a, just a great thing for Tamara and I, man, because, we know it's not easy, man. Being a, father, going out there trying to make it happen, provide for different, many miles you got to feed and the pressures in life. This business is not easy, guys, because life gets to us all. Everyone on this call, I guarantee you, everyone on this call has some type of problem you're going through right now, but it's all about how you react to different things and always keeping a positive mindset, because where you are right now, it's just a temporary state. So never mistake your temporary present situation for your permanent future situation, right? So whatever it is you're going through, just go through it. And one of the things that me and Andre Campbell always says, hey, when you're going through hell, guys, just don't make any pit stops. If you're going through hell, just don't make any pit stops. Just go through it and stay focused, man. But everything you're doing, Kurt, is nothing short of incredible. I'm talking a little bit about some of the mentors, some of the people you listen to help keep your razor sharp, man. Because one thing I love about your calls, man, you infuse education with mindset to help people really understand that trading is 80% mental, 20% technical, 80% mental. But talk a little bit about some of the things that you read, some of your mentors that you learn from, and to keep you like razor sharp, man, to keep you in that futuristic Elon Musk type state.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So like, just honestly, I give a lot of credit to you, bro. Like, you really have shown me how wealthy people move, right? Like I saw you, and one of my favorite movies is The Matrix, and it's that scene when when the agents were shooting at Neo, and he was like leaning back, dodging all the bullets, and Trinity told him like, "You move like them." And I think about that all the time. Like, you see how Coach moves, you see how a David Imaniche moves, you see how Alex Morton moves, right? And you see how they never get out of a certain energy with their emotion, regardless of what's happening in their life. And I mean, Coach goes through stuff like we go through stuff, man. And I mean, like in succession, he could be going through tough thing after tough thing after tough thing, and you don't see him skip a beat. Like, he don't even flinch a face muscle. You look, and you're looking like, in my household where I grew up, it was okay to slow down and take a breath and, take a beat for a couple days and get yourself together mentally. Like, and I'm talking to Coach, like, how do you, deal with stuff when it happens like that? And he's like, success don't care about your problems. It just doesn't. Like, success isn't going to take a break for you so you can feel good about what's going on and keep going. So when I hear things like that from him, like, there were days, guys, where I literally called him up. He picked up the phone and I froze because I was about to tell him something I was going through, and I was going to tell him I couldn't handle it. And I froze. And he was like, "What's up? What you need?" I'm like, "Just want to say I appreciate you." And hung the phone up.
Right. I
Hung
remember
the phone. Because I'm like, why would I call this man to complain knowing what I already know what he gonna tell me? I already know I already know the conversation we gonna have. Like, I'm not about to even bring that kind of energy to our relationship where he thinks Kurt gonna call me. Like, I'm stronger than this. I know it. He know it. Why am I calling this man for that? Just, what you want? What you want, young blood? Nothing. Good. Just want to say I appreciate you. Tell him I say hi. All right, have a good night. You good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm A1. I'm phenomenal. And I'm claiming it. Get off the phone. Done. Because I'm like, you get to that place where, you see what your mentor has, you see what your coach has, and you want to be at that level. I'm thinking, would Coach call somebody and whine right now? Hell no. Let me get off this man's phone real quick and get back to business so I can keep this bad boy moving. So definitely, I give a lot of credit to you. Like, just by osmosis, watching you and seeing how you deal with adversity has been integral inside of my thought process now.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. I love, that's one of the things I'm sure all the leaders on this call, Andre and Randy and all the top leaders on this call, Sakina, chairman, a new chairman. I'm sure we all have those days, man, where it just feels good. I was on the call last night when they were congratulating Sakina, and just seeing some of the stories and people saying, hey, some of the things you did really inspired me. Those type of things, man. You can look back and, I never forget being at the airport one time, and this guy came to me and said, man, I remember 10 years ago, I was at one of your meetings, man. You said some things that made me change my whole thought process of my life. And I was like, who are you? He's like, I didn't remember even who he was, but it just felt good to know that one seat that was planted way back then, maybe changed the course of that person's life. Like, I went to a meeting and someone did that for me. And that's what our business is about, man, being stewards. So when people, let me just give you guys, keep this 100 with you guys. When you're building a business, if you decide you want to throw in the towel and quit, you're not just quitting on you. You're quitting on all those people who believe in you. You're quitting on all those people who are looking up to you as an inspiration that, if she could do it, I can do it. Or if he could do it, I can do it. Doesn't matter the age, circumstance. So when you quit, you don't quit on yourself. You quit on the whole village, right? Trust me. In my journey to the top, there's many a times where I felt like, man, I'm running out of fuel, man. Like, listen, I'm on E right now. I had to suck it up, man. Because it's other people who are looking at me as that inspirational person in their life. And if I quit, they're gonna say, well, man, if LY threw in the towel, then wow, it maybe it's not gonna be in the cards for me. So you guys got to think about this. You guys, you get to that point in your life mentally, get yourself a checkup from the neck up, and kind of go back to that place mentally that drives you every single day. I did a call the other day with a gentleman. I said, money doesn't drive me anymore. I mean, people can make money in anything. Let's keep it 100, guys. You can make money you can make money at your job. Money is not the driving force. There's got to be something in your life that puts that fear in your soul. You say, I got to get up off the couch. I got to turn the TV off. I got to get off the couch. I got to get up at 5 instead of 8 today. And one of those things for me is when I retire, am I going to have enough? If something ever happens to me, is Tamara taken care of for the rest of her life? Those are things that drive me every day as a man to say, you know what, if I'm tired, I gotta get untired, right? Just like that movie, The Predator, when Jesse Ventura got shot, he's like, listen, man, I ain't got time to bleed. Right now, I don't have time to get tired. I don't have time to make excuses because you know why? 20, 30 years is coming anyway, and it'll come here cat quick. But I want to make sure that the 70-year-old me is not cussing me out today. Like, why didn't you take advantage of this stuff? Why didn't you learn this crypto? Why didn't you learn this trading? Why didn't you go Chairman 100? Those are things that drive me. What are some of the things for you, Kurt? I know you got kids. What are some of the main things that drive you mentally to get to that place where I got to turn that pilot light up high?
It's really what you just said, like my family. Like when I'm, seeing my children play or just, seeing how they look at me. Like it was, we posted a video on Facebook. My son was in front of the computer and he kept doing the whole like, da, 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 da. Like he's 1 year old, but he's mimicking me teaching already. Like he's standing in front of the desk and he's screaming at the TV thinking that's what he should be doing in front of a TV. And I'm like, that for me is exciting because I see my son already looking at things where he wants to be the person sharing knowledge already. He wants to be the person giving information. So it is inspiring. Also, like just being around, the people that we have inside of the family now. Like when I get a chance to get on the phone with somebody like Randy and Wanda, like I love bro, man. Like that's my bro now. Like I can call up Randy middle of the night. He's like, what's good? What you need? Like that for me goes a long way. Being able to get on the call with Remy and just, talking to her about little things that's just going on in the day to day, or just, being able to get, link up with, all the people we have inside of the company. Like it's a beautiful feeling to be able to call up Dr. K. I'm like, what's going on, Auntie? How your day going? Like you have opportunities now. And it's like what you said earlier. Like, I mean, I was on the phone with Andre the other day. We was on the phone for like 2 hours almost, just talking, about life and things we want to do with the organization. And it's just, you have opportunities here, family, where you're rubbing elbows with 6, 7, 8-figure earners. And you're not going to get these opportunities every day. You're not going to go to the corner store, the gas station, and meet this quality kind of people or quality kind of person. So when you have these windows to really like dive in and show them that, hey, I want this life. I want to be a part of this. I want to be in this kind of energy. Why shy away from it? Why make excuses about it? Right? Like if you went to a doctor, right? Prime example. If you went to a doctor, do you want the doctor that's fresh out of medical school, or do you want the doctor that's 20 years in? All right. You want the 20-year vet. You want the dude that's been through it all, can handle himself in any situation, and has the track record. This is the time to build your track record. Right. This is the beauty of it, right? Like when I came into this, I knew I wasn't the guy everybody was gonna be looking for right away, but it was just keep betting on yourself, Kurt. Keep betting on yourself, Kurt. Keep betting on yourself, Kurt. Right. You got the people here to take you to the next level. You see the example. All you got to do is just keep moving in your purpose. Everything else aligned up. If your energy, if your intentions are of your mind and your energy is intentional and deliberate on what you want, everything else will just fall into line. Like I watched Randy and Wanda show up, and I remember when they first came to the company. I was in Vegas and I met them the first time. I said, I'm going to end up being really good friends with them because I really like their energy. I didn't even know them from a can of paint. I can call Randy up whenever. He can call me up whenever. We're going to kick it. That's bro, right? Same thing with Coach. When Lawrence and Tam, I met them the first day I came in, I'm like, I really want to be around people like that on a consistent basis. They have so much success, and I want to be in that same kind of vibration. And it's just, you have the opportunity, family. You may be in for, this may be your first week in the business, your first month in the business, and you saying, well, they don't know me like that, so I don't want to say nothing to them. Anytime you call Coach phone, does he pick up? You can put it in the chat. Because I know for me, if I text this man, call this man, he responds. Like it's almost weird. I feel like he got a twin brother he ain't told nobody about. He kicking him some money on the side to take calls for him because it's weird. He answers every call.
Hey, you know what, man? When you go Chairman 50, man, you got body doubles and all that kind of stuff, man.
I knew it. See, there it is. Y'all heard it first, family. Y'all heard it first. Coach got body doubles. It's a whole nother dude running around looking just like him with a Michigan hat on. So we on the look now. But that's the beauty of this, guys. Like I keep telling people, even when I do presentations, you don't understand it's the community that you're coming into. Yeah. It's not the products, the service. They're great. Trust me. There's never been a better time to be a part of this. But when you have the community that we have, like when I went to that meeting just now that I went to in Atlanta, there were 3,000 people in this building. Everybody was loving everybody. There was no bad vibe in the house. From the front row to the last seat in the back, everybody was smiling. I can't get that energy in church. I'm just being honest with you, right? But when you come to something like this, man, it's just we always keep telling ourselves we have time. And I think that's the only thing that annoys me about being an educator sometimes is when you talk to people and they tell you how much time they don't have for this or don't have for that, but they do all these other things that are just wasteful. And it's like that statement Will Smith said, everybody wants to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. And it's like you have this opportunity right now where you are literally building your ladder to heaven, and you take break after break after break after break, and then something happens and then it's gone. And you halfway there. And you like, oh, everybody else's ladder is already in the clouds. What was I doing? Playing, making excuses, telling yourself you had all day long to do this and you don't. And I don't know. For me, once I get to that point where I start seeing, you know, we got leaders coming into the business, we got new people showing up and they're seeing the excitement from everybody else. And we have a culture with the teams that we've built now. Everybody's mindset is falling into this frequency inside of this opportunity. The rest of the world is watching us and they're saying, I don't know how they're pulling it off over there. And Chris Terry is saying, you know what? How about 10 million a month? We ain't gonna go just to 1 million a month. We're gonna take it to 10 million a month. That's, if you don't know, guys, that's the new rank that's about to hit the company. We're gonna have a $10 million a month rank. There's no business that does that. I don't want to say company. There's no business that makes it where the brand new person has the opportunity. Listen, Randy over there rolling his shoulders. He ready to get in the ring, right? There's no business that offers that to a person that could be in for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and you can bring that many people in and make $10 million a month. Legally. And all I keep telling people is just keep that thought in your mind. What does my life look like when I have $10 million coming in every single month? Right.
You know, it's crazy, man. I know our sister Sakina, she's on this leadership call, but she's got a presentation that she has to do. What I want to do real quick, I want to bring on our good friend and business partner, man, soon to be Chairman 25, Mr. Randy Webb, leader of the Legacy Worldwide organization. And I wanted to properly promote Sakina in front of the locker room today, the chairman, so we can show her mad love for her efforts. I'm gonna turn the mic over to my main man, Mr. Randy Webb. You gotta unmute yourself, champ. There you go.
Hey, what's going on tonight? You know, listen. This is family. Sakina, this is a leader that everyone on this call you pray for to have in your organization. But I'll tell you, it's also a leader that you got to elevate to lead as well too. And I'm so fortunate that 7.5 years ago, Juan and I came across Sakina. You know, building, and this is why I say relationships are residuals. 7.5 years ago, I was in Sakina's living room in a previous company, you know, giving a vision about where her family was going to go. And she accepted that vision and she ran. She became a top earner in that company. And just to watch her blossom, listen, she was already a leader in what she was already doing. She was already successful in what she was doing. So some of us, I want you to know that we are out there trying to recruit people. Some people are already successful in their own right in what they do, and they just need another vehicle so they can get free. And Sakina, listen, she had already had experience in this industry, and an absolute blessing coming over to this company. She was one of the only big leaders to come over. Locked down, listen, she looked at those charts, said, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna trust you when I'm doing it. And I really just watched her lead, right? She learned, you know, most people come over and say, I don't know this, I don't know how to do that, I don't know how to do this. So they'll pull back. You know, she went harder. And if I can be honest, Sakina did this, really, it was her, okay? She led her group, she leads her group, she duplicates her group. She's a leader. I know the things, if I wasn't here tomorrow, like her team would still continually grow. But she is a mother of 5, okay? A mother of 5. She homeschools her grandbabies, okay, while also building her team massively across the globe here. So I want to introduce you our brand new Chairman 10, Chairman 25 loading, Miss Sakina Abdul-Jalil.
Man, let's throw some sevens in the chat. Those are sevens in the chat, guys, for Sakina.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be asked to speak on here. I can't even get my words together, man. Thank you so much, Lawrence, for putting this together. This locker room is awesome. You know, thank you so much, Kurt Kobane. You know, man, you don't even know. Thank you for all them profits. My great grandbabies are thanking you, even though they're not even in existence right now. Okay. Thank you for all that you do for the company, because honestly, I believe that you, Kurt Kobane, go above and beyond. We're blessed to have so many incredible educators, but you really do go above and beyond what's technically required to make sure that everybody gets this information and you're not leaving anybody behind. And so for that, I thank you, you know, for your for everything that you do, your servant leadership and just everything that you do. You know, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to meeting you hopefully next month in Dallas, you know, so that would be my pleasure to be able to meet you. Randy, you know, there are no words, you know, there are just absolutely no words for what you and Wanda mean to me and how you all have impacted my family, you know, over the years. You know, we're in there, we're locked, you know, we are in there. And so guys, just real briefly, because I do have to hop off to get on this 2-on-1. I'm 57 years old. So when I came into this space, you know, a little bit over 3.5 years ago, my background is interior design. So there's nothing in my background that would warrant me having success in the trading space. What are you kidding me? Investing what? What? I can measure this. I can tell you what your room should look like and how to do all this stuff. But trading, no. I just trusted Randy. When he called, he said, listen, do you trust me? I got something you need to take a look at. And I did, because where I was at in my life, I knew that what I was doing was not going to get me to where I wanted to go. And so, yes, I switched gears. Yes, I pivoted, you know, but the one thing that never changed was my mission. Now, my method changed, but my mission never changed, you know. And so I'm so thankful for that phone call today, you know, because this is where we are today. And I really feel like we're just getting started. When I was made that decision, because when you hit P5, it's very easy to say, oh, I'm going chairman because that's the next rank. But it's not until you really make a real decision, whether you sign up and say you're going to get your 2 and free, or you get your 2 and free and you're going to P150 or whatever, or P2 or whatever. It all starts with a decision. It's very easy to just pay lip service to something and say, oh, I'm going to do that because that's what's expected. But it's not until you make a real decision, and that decision has to come from deep down. It can't be because your upline wants you to, your sideline wants you to, your kids, your spouse, or whoever wants you to. It has to come from within. And it wasn't until I made a real rock solid decision that I was going to get this done. And it wasn't because of me. It wasn't for me. Yes, the 10 grand, I'm absolutely grateful and thankful. That's more money to put in these markets. Yes. Okay. Let's be real. But at the end of the day, just like what Lauren said, we can all make money doing whatever it is we want to do. We can all make money. So that's not it. But what I'm here for is to impact other people and make sure that they eat, to make sure that they can, you know, build up their cryptocurrency portfolio, to make sure that they got money to put into the market. We're not just signing up people for $275 a month or $175 a month. That ain't nothing. That's not what we're here for. And we have a much bigger vision. We have a much bigger goal. So making the decision to go Chairman 10 had everything to do with the team and had very little to do with me. Very little. And that's what just kept me being focused day in and day out. When those numbers did that Walmart rollback, some of y'all know what I'm talking about, you know, it was all right. It's like, that's okay. We're going to keep pushing forward. And I had a couple moments where it was just like, I was just in this real quiet place, like, man, okay, what's happening here, you know? And it would be easy for me to say, oh man, that person over there, if they would show, if this one would show, man, they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. And I did want to have those thoughts. And I'm sure I did have those thoughts for a second. But you know what you do when you have those thoughts? You cry for 2 seconds, then you get your butt up and you go to work and you go make it happen. Because at the end of the day, you're looking at you in the mirror. You're not looking at anybody else. You're looking at you. And at the end of the day, your team is looking at you. Because like I said before, it's not about you. It's not about any one individual person. It's about really, really impacting other people. I'm so grateful to be a part of this company because I didn't get that in the last company. Yes, I was a top earner there. Yes, I made 6 figures there. Yes, I grew a team to about 7,000 people there, but I didn't get that. And so I'm thankful to be here in this space with you guys. And so with that being said, thank you, everybody. And thank you, I Am Mastery Academy. I'm going to hop off so I can go log into this other Zoom. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Listen, she just hit Chairman 10. She's still working. Chairman 25.
Listen, she ain't taking no beat. Let's go.
I know, right? I love it, man. Hey, listen, everybody got an excuse why they can't do the business, but this young lady's grandmother, homeschooling, having a business. I mean, she's got every excuse why she doesn't need to do this. But people, that just goes to show you, Randy, is this: the people who you think won't do the business will, and the people who you think will won't. So people probably will overlook her and say, oh, she's already successful, and I'm not going to talk to that person. Busy people find time for things that make sense, guys. Doesn't matter. You look at Dr. Jewel Tanker. Lady, you would think it's 3 or 4 of her clones, right? I guess when you get to Chairman 100, you get like three body doubles, right? But what I'm saying is she's already super, super busy, but she found time to keep the thing the main thing and put this on her plate. And if you notice, I Am seems to come first, because she knows where the golden calf laying the golden gooses, laying the golden eggs are, right? So I like the fact that successful people who have influence hang around. Like eagles hang around with eagles. Eagles don't hang around with pigeons. So you guys got to make sure that you're not afraid to talk to those people who you are scared to talk to, because those are people who have the influence. Stop wasting your time trying to talk to people who you think need an opportunity versus people who want one. It's a huge difference in the way somebody's going to take action and the way they're going to approach their business, right? So keep that bee in your bonnet. I want to do a real big favor, but listen, Randy, shout out to all the growth, man. I see you rocking, you and Rhonda rocking and rolling, man. You guys on that Chairman 50 run. I'm super proud of you guys, man. You guys deserve it more than anybody. And again, you guys came over here and ran around everyone like they were walking backwards, and did it with class and dignity. And some of the conversations you and I and wives have is real personal about things. And we all know those conversations, right? But it's all worth it at the end of the day, man. I just want to let you know I'm super proud of you, man. I'm glad to know you, and Tamara and I and this whole organization, man. Thanks you for your leadership. Just want you to know that, okay?
Thank you, Lawrence. We love you. We love you and Tamara. We thank you guys for your leadership, for what you've done for the company, right? You guys are at the beginning of this. None of us would be here right now if it wasn't for you guys saying yes and really kind of starting. And listen, we wouldn't have Curtis Kobane. Come on. Listen, Curtis, sometimes I don't know if Curtis is the GOAT. And I'm going to keep on saying it till he knows that he is the GOAT in this industry. If you're on this call right now and you have not plugged into a session, plug into a session. And I don't know, I want to run a campaign. It's time to get him on the top views, y'all. Okay, we gotta plug and get him on the top views, because listen, he's making folks money without having to push the sell or the buy. We push the buy button one time, and then those portfolios just roll from there. Okay, so plug into those sessions. So shout out to Curtis Kobane, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do and for the effort you put into your calls. So thanks, bro.
All right, thanks, Randy. Hey, listen, I want to bring on my main man, SPX 500 King. I don't know if you guys got that trade he called earlier today on S&P. Got a take profit 9 in the mix right now, but I want to bring on our chairman 10 leader, Mr. Andre Campbell. Andre is very integral in his organization and leading, and he works very closely with Kurt as well too. And I just want you to come on real quick, Andre. We definitely appreciate it. Throw some sevens in the chat for Andre Campbell, guys. But being the S&P 500 King and the leader he is, definitely thank him so much. Andre is one of those pioneers in the company as well too, man. We thank him for everything he does. But Andre, I know you have some questions and things for Mr. Curtis Kobane, blockchain Kobane, man. Gonna kick it off, my friend.
Hey, family, first and foremost, glad to be here. Hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. I'm on about 2 or 3 hours of sleep, but I had to get up and make this call. And I want to give it back to you, Coach, first and foremost. Brother, everybody knows, once again, we love you, appreciate you. Without you, none of this is happening. I want to shout out all the great leaders on this call, Mr. Randy Webb, Tammy Washington, my main man, Greg G. Money White, everybody, so many people, Euro Morgan. I can't touch everybody, but all the people overseas, family, and Kurt, brother, we talk all the time, you already know, you already know. Yeah. And I'm just so thankful and grateful to be a part of this. And one of the things I love about these calls, especially the new chairman, Tenda Sakina, big shout out to her, because we all know, that road, that journey takes a lot of dedication, time, and effort. And everyone on this call, what you're seeing is the progression that we all go through. One of the things I love about network marketing, this family, one of my mentors told me, Andre, you gotta be willing to be bad before you're good. And then hopefully someday you can be great. And we're seeing that happen every day. So first, everyone on this call, you should be thinking, you know what? One day I'm going to be the one, giving the locker room call, I'm going to be the one on that stage, it's my time. This call isn't for us. This call is for you. I don't care if you're P150, you're chairman, whatever, or you just got started, take this information serious and apply it. So many times we get off these calls and people get motivated, but then very soon, that law of diminishing intent begins to kick in. Anything you're motivated to do, if you don't take action right away, it goes away. One of the things I just heard Randy said in Sakina, Randy made the call. He picked up the phone and made the call. Without making that call, ladies and gentlemen, nothing happens. Coach made the call to me, Randy makes the call, Kurt makes the call. We're all making these calls, Tammy. So take action. And once again, just thankful to be here. And time, Kurt touched on this, time is the only thing we can't get back. Once it's gone, it's over. Can't duplicate it, can't counterfeit it, it's over. And I see people every day, we're talking to people, and they're in this nonchalant stage in life, but then you look back, oh man, it's 2021. This year is almost halfway over already. It's just flying. So I encourage everyone, take action, utilize this information, and put it into action. Hey, Kurt, one of the things I want to ask you, brother, with this whole blockchain thing right now going on, all the hype, all the news. I was speaking to Sharita today, Yvonne over in the Netherlands, and I was saying to her, this thing is undeniable now. We don't have to, try to convince people or beg people, hey, everybody's hearing about crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, NFTs now. It just keeps going up and up and up. So, Kurt, one of the things I want to ask you, brother, where do you see this whole thing going in the next 2 to 3 to 5 years?
So the way it's looking right now in the next like between 2 to 5 is we're going to see much more adoption from banks. Like we're already hearing this year, they're going to release a central bank digital currency. That's one of the biggest things the Fed's looking forward to rolling out this year is the central bank digital currency for the US dollar. China already has theirs implemented. So we're kind of late to the party. And as we see more of that roll out, it'll become much more normalized, right? You'll see it in commercials. You'll see the option to use digital currencies over and over and over and everything else we do. You'll have an option to get paid in digital currencies really soon. It's going to become much more of a mainstay. From there, we'll start seeing a lot more ease of access, right? There'll be way more Coinbase style companies popping up from what we're going to see. I mean, you literally have Coinbase as a publicly traded company now. That's ringing the bell saying, go ahead and make a duplicate now. They're not going to let Coinbase be a monopoly. So eventually there's going to be a lot more of those starting to pop up. We'll have way more apps allowing us to get this stuff. I mean, prime example, right? Everybody's waiting for Apple to get involved with Bitcoin. All Apple really has to do is add it to Apple Pay. And they become instantly one of the largest financial institutions on the planet. There's over 1 billion people with iPhones all around the globe. If they add Bitcoin to Apple Pay, it's going to be, Bitcoin is easily going to be 4 or 5 trillion market cap. Literally, like it'll be nothing else to talk about from that standpoint. So knowing where we are right now, seeing where it's going 5 years from now, listen, crypto will be so integrated into everything we do, especially right now, like with the Internet of Things technology. If you guys haven't looked up IoT technology, please look up IoT technology, right? The Internet of Things technology, where all of your devices will be communicating with each other. Like you'll buy a refrigerator and the warranty will just be cryptocurrency, right? And it'll have a scenario where, oh, your refrigerator ran out of Freon. It's not as cold as it should be. The refrigerator will literally call the repairman for you, pay for the repairs with the cryptocurrency that came on the refrigerator. It'll be part of your warranty. It'll just pay for it and call the repairman for you because it's connected to everything in your house. Like your watch is going to be able to talk to your TV. Your TV will be able to talk to the microwave. The microwave will be able to talk to the alarm clock, whatever, right? It'll all work together. Like there was how can I think of the video it was? It may still be on YouTube. There was a video where they showed Bill Gates leaving his car and then getting out the car, and the song from the car was playing on his smartwatch. When he got into his home, the song from the smartwatch played on all his speakers inside of his home. When he went to the bathroom and cut on the shower speaker started playing the song as well, and it asked him what he wanted the temperature of his water to be.
Yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
And it was like all of this is interconnected. Every device talks to the next device. Here's my question to you. With all the interconnected devices, can the banks keep up with that kind of transaction power? No, right? There's refrigerators right now that tell you, oh, you're low on milk. Do you want me to place the order at Walmart and you go pick it up? Right? You can get curbside from your refrigerator placing the order for your food now. Like banks can't keep up with that fast kind of transaction, but crypto can. Blockchain technology can absolutely keep up with that. So we're at a point now where this technology is much better than what we already have. It's like the onset of an automobile, right? When something like that comes in, that's that disruptive, we don't go back to the old thing that doesn't work good anymore, right? We're going to lean into this. This is why it's so important that you guys are plugged into this kind of information, this kind of community, because now you're going to future-proof yourself by simply just being around the conversation, not knowing everything, not having all the answers. Just by being around the conversation, you could make a mistake and future-proof yourself. If you get my drift, like it's not a good feeling to be like, I could just make a mistake and get something that's going to make me money for the rest of my life. Those the kind of environments I want to be around rather than saying, oops, I made a mistake and I'm never going to see that money again. Right. Like we're going to see, like I've been looking at the SEC filings and there are hundreds of companies that are filing to buy Bitcoin because the CEOs and the CFOs and the CCOs, all that stuff, They already have Bitcoin, but the company's balance sheet doesn't have it yet. There's going to be a tsunami of money flowing into this space, ladies and gentlemen, and you have a window to get involved. It's either you're going to tell yourself, I want in now, or you're going to sit on the sideline, you're going to scream for everybody else who got in. This isn't going to be something that's going to happen again next year. It's not. I'm going to be the first one to tell you this will not happen again next year or the year after that. You have a window this year to make a decision. If you don't, I'll wave at you from heaven. All right. We're going to be up somewhere in the jets flying over everybody. But I'm just being real, guys. Like, I really want to see everybody win.
So timing is of the essence then, right? Timing.
You know what it is? It's alignment. It's alignment, right? Like, we have a global pandemic. We got money printing out the wazoo, and we got everybody sitting here with free money from the government. Like, what else could you ask for? You can't even say, I ain't got it. Like, they just gave you a whole bag. Like, what are we doing? Oh, I got the new J's, man. You see me over here stunting. Like, okay, well, hopefully those Jordans will keep you warm in the winter. Because I'm looking at people's portfolios, 100, 200, 300, 400X over the last few months. We haven't even gotten to the second wave of this move yet. We're still in the first wave. We're having pullbacks. Everybody's like, Kurt, oh my God, the market's dying. I'm like, we're making higher lows and higher highs. Last time I checked, that's a trending market. Like, even on the 4 hour, I haven't seen one lower low yet, right? like just for simplicity's sake, guys, you guys that are new to crypto, you're probably going to have one of the best times ever in your trading journey right now in this year. This year for you is going to be one of the best times ever because you're going to be able to put your money in and watch it just take off. And then from this point forward, you're going to have so much capital to allocate to leverage trading, non-leverage trading, staking, liquidity providing, yield farming. You're going to have all these avenues to travel down. And it's going to be so much more of a put it here, let it do that. Put it here, let it do that. And I'm going to educate you on all those small little nuances you're going to have moving forward.
Hey, Kurt, let me ask you a question, man. In trading, in your personal opinion, like with crypto, do you find it, I know it's a little less risky, but do you find it using the exchange way that you say to do it is better to do than using an MT4 type leverage side?
So trading this style where you're going onto the exchanges and actually buying the coins and holding them in your wallets or holding them on the exchange for a short amount of time. If you know the timings of the time when to do it is very simplistic. Like right now, we're in that window where it's just bull run season. After this year and next year, more than likely next year, we'll see more bearishness flowing into the market. We'll have to pivot. But right now, this window is when you do this style. And then MT4 becomes much more lucrative again because we'll have that opportunity to ride it back down like we had in 2018. And I mean, the ride down, I don't want to toot my horn, but it's way funner. Okay. It's Coach said, it's way gooder, right? It's like you're going to be able to come in and see, because we take the stairs up, we take the elevator down. Yeah. So it's going to be one of those scenarios where we got all our gains, we're into a stable coin, we're earning passively, we're going to go back to MT4 and whoo, I'm talking about crazy, like from 100K, watching it come back down to 50K, but like fast though. Like you wake up and you put this entry in and it's just boom, 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 boom. And everybody's screaming on the news, Bitcoin's dead. And you're like, yep, sure is. Right? Like you're taking advantage of every ebb and flow, right? Because you're not fighting it. You're allowing it to happen. And I've learned this too. This is a quick little nugget for anybody who's new to trading. You don't fight the wave. You don't fight the current. You don't fight the movement. You go with it. Me, you know, Andre, Lawrence, our pockets aren't big enough to fight this market alone. You go with the flow of the market, right? It goes the same way with the universe. You go with the flow of the energy that you're in, right? You don't fight the current. You waste energy. You go with the current and you course correct. That's what we're going to be doing in our trading. We're always going to be course correcting. Same thing in Forex, same thing in crypto, same thing in stocks. But if you don't understand the ebbs and flows, and you don't understand what you're looking at, it can become difficult. I tell people all the time in my classes, everybody wants to be taught how to win, but you don't want to be taught how to lose. Oh, I can lose by myself. I can lose for free. Yeah, you could, and you wouldn't learn anything from it. Bruce Lee says something in one of his speeches when he talks about emotional content. In order to be free from the fear of death, you have to be liberated from it. So with your ambitious mind, you go out and you learn the art of dying. Because as we get older, what are we doing every day? Where a little bit of us is going away every day, right? We get older, we realize it's not about what we keep, it's about letting things go every day, right? So you learn to let stress go. You learn to let anxiety go. You learn to let fear go. And your trading is going to grow. But in same thing inside what we do as a trader, I'm not here to win every single trade. That's the craziest idea anybody could ever have. I'm going to win all my trade. No, I'm here to learn how to lose properly so that way I'm always in a position to receive in the market. I'm only giving you 1 or 2% of my account. But when I win, I'm taking way more than 1 or 2%, boo-boo. I'm coming in for the big money. I'm coming in for the 8%, 12%, even the 6% gain. Give me that. And then I'll take another hit. 1%, 2%, 2% again. Give me another win, 8%. There we go. Another win, 10%. There we go. Another loss, 2%, 1%. That's how profitable becomes an actual reality for people who are traders. But don't come in here thinking you're going to win all these trades. Now, here's the other kicker, and I'm going to go ahead and get off my little soapbox. My new people, stop looking at profits as in the dollar amount. Look at it as in percentages. We scream this all day. If you can look at the percentages, say, I grew my account by 10%, 3%, 5%, you've done your job. Stop saying, oh, I only made $8. I only made $42. I only made $66. Like, it was more than what you started with. Just stop it. Just stop. Like, comparison is a thief of progress. Comparison is a thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of any kind of momentum you have. Stop comparing. Just be excited about your progress and build on that. That's all this game is a game of just allowing your risk management to take you where you want to go. And that's it.
I got one more question for you, Kurt.
Yeah.
And we have almost 200 people on this call still. And I heard you mention this word portfolio. And I know there's a lot of people on this call who, for whatever reason, haven't plugged into you and they don't really know what's going on. Can you explain a little bit this portfolio movement?
Absolutely. So it's similar to how people have a stock portfolio, right? They go out, they research companies, they decide they want to get Tesla, they want to get GM, they want to get, Netflix, right? And inside of having that portfolio, those companies are going to perform, giving you a certain amount of yield or a certain amount of droppage, whatever it may be, based on that stock's performance. There's really no big difference what we do with cryptocurrencies, right? We're going to go out to certain exchanges. We're going to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or, Cardano, Polkadot, whatever it may be. And we're going to hold them in a different manner, right? So with stocks, you're expecting your stockbroker to do all of the heavy lifting for you after you've purchased it, right? Which is great. You're giving all of that power to that person that's charging you an arm and a leg to manage this stuff. And all it's doing is sitting there. I digress. But with some crypto, I show you how to actually get a wallet where you have ownership, right? So let's say if something like Coinbase goes down for maintenance and you bought Ethereum, you bought XRP, you bought whatever, you can take it off of Coinbase's exchange and put it into your own personal wallet where you have ownership and nobody can touch it but you. That's the power that crypto gives us back. Some people are terrified of that power because they're so used to having somebody else have that power for them, right? But last time I checked, when we gave that power away to the banks, we removed that beautiful symbiotic relationship of, hey, I gave you my money, now give me some really good interest. That died away. I just showed you guys last night on a call Monday, the top bank in the world right now is only giving 0.6% annually, right? 0.6, not even a full point, a little over half a point, right? But I show you a coin in the market, Cardano's giving you 4%, right? Cosmos is giving you 9%. I mean, some of you guys have Polkadot and Kusama on Kraken right now getting 12%, right? Like, these are absolutely outrageous gains. This is why we're going to see so much money leave the legacy system and come here, because these gains that we're getting, there are billionaires right now that can't wait to get 12% return on their money. They're going to outpace inflation by doing nothing.
Hey, Kurt, you got Gadsden smiling, man.
That's my bro over there. What's good, fam?
So, Kurt, how do I plug in? How do I get this info, brother? How do I get the knowledge?
So it's real simple, right? You become a customer of I Am Mastery Academy. You catch me on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's our Saturday Live at 5 call. So I'm up 5 or 4 days a week right now. And then you catch me on Tuesdays doing a presentation. I may drop a nugget for you pretty much today at 8 o'clock. I may give you some sauce. So literally, you guys got 5 times a week to tap in and just get info. And it's really simple. In this season that we're in right now, your whole job is to show up, plug in, follow directions. Everybody that's been doing that has been making profit. Everybody. But if you come in trying to buck the process, oh, he talking too fast, why the class gotta be so long, then listen, you in here for the wrong reasons.
So tonight at 8 p.m., we could plug people into the call and you do all the work for us.
Absolutely. I'm gonna be in there cracking jokes, giving out information, showing you guys how this market works. And I honestly believe information just changes situations, but the information has to be in alignment for the right person, right? Because I could have two people come in working the same job, live in the same neighborhood, driving the same kind of car. And I show them this information. One person sees it and their eyes turn into silver dollars. They get huge. They're like, oh my gosh. And the other person's yawning, right? And my thing is this. I could save 1,000 slaves if they only knew they were slaves.
Ooh, man, you going deep. Nah, you talking that talk, and you done quoted my main man, Bruce Lee, on the locker room call, man.
I love Bruce.
Hey, hey, do me a favor tonight. I want to have Randy talk a little bit about the Dallas event. You can promote for that big event. I know it's going to be an epic event next in May. So Randy, you might come on and talk a little about what people need to do to get registered for that event, brother.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can bring up this flyer for them all. So we're doing our Go Chairman event focused around going chairman. We're going to strictly talk about building your business. We're going to do some top product training. I believe we're going to have our brother Curtis Kobane in the building, breaking down DCX for the products there. And then we're going to talk about how to go chairman in the next 90 days, giving you everything that you need to know, from how to prospect, how to invite, how to edify, how to do three-way calls, how to build and taproot through people so you build a large organization. And we have our top chairmen that are going to be in the building. We got CEO Chris Pateri going to be there, Alex Morton. All of our chairmen are going to be in the building there. So make sure you go. Listen, I've always known that if you want to become something, you need to be around those people so you can learn what they do, so you can start doing what they do, so you can become what they became. So it's at gochairman.events. The tickets right now are $75. Let me see if I can bring it up here. And we're looking to have, right now, we have about 400 tickets left. There are about 900 tickets sold. So we're going to have a pretty packed out event. I am here.
That was with an S, plural, events. Okay.
We're gonna go from event to event. So Go Chairman is gonna be an event that happens every 90 days in a different area. So when you come out to Dallas, you're gonna have the opportunity to get ready for the next event that we're gonna be promoting from that event there. Since we got Curtis Kobane on here, let me go and pull this one up right here.
The legend.
Yeah, we got Curtis Kobane on the flyer here, so I'm gonna pull up his flyer. So get registered right now before tickets sell out. Go Chairman is going to be at the Embassy Suites. GoChairman.events is where you can get your ticket at right now. Like I say, it's going to be fun packed. We're just bringing the how-tos, okay, for you to really launch your business the right way. And coming out of that event, our goal is that you got everything that you need to go chairman, and we hit the race running. So GoChairman.events, get your ticket right now. Let's go.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Stop share on your screen. You could real quick, my friend. Okay, there you go. So listen, guys, if you guys got some good value from the locker room call today, drop some sevens in the chat. Drop some sevens in the chat for our main man, Mr. Curtis Branch, Sakina for chairman, Mr. Randy Webb for coming on here as well. Also, Mr. Andre Campbell. Definitely appreciate you, man. Tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time on 100chairman.com. Curtis, he and Chrissy Pips, let me tell you, on Tuesdays, they're like the dynamic duo. You got 3 o'clock on lock and 8 o'clock on lock. When I tell you it's an incredible call. And also, you guys know on Thursdays, Tamara's Women's Call, Rich Girls Trade, is an inaugural call for our team. It's an incredible call that she really inspires women like no other. So make sure you guys get tapped in to that. I hope you guys had a productive day. Hope you guys got some good information today. Remember, guys, what you seek is seeking you. And these calls, you got to take notes, because there are going to be times that you're going to have to do these calls yourself. When you lead your group, I was telling the guy earlier, when you hear all these leaders speak, all we are great copycatters. We just learn, we copy, and we implement, right? And again, that's what it takes to go chairman. But we're all gonna get promoted, promote for that event, Randy, and that Go Chairman. I think it's a great idea. Again, thanks for everything you do. Curtis, thanks for everything you do, man. You're changing so many people's lives, man, with this the portfolios. I can't tell you enough, man. Finally cracked that 7 figures in my portfolio. I was so ecstatic, man. And then that major pullback, I'm like, here we go.
Right? Oh, no, don't worry. We got that's just everything is giving you a little bit of a garage sale right now. Just grab it while it's cheap.
But definitely, I just want to thank you, man, because again, some of these things I wouldn't even know about, and some of these things are making some real big gains in my family, man. And I'm looking forward. I got that goal, man, to retire on the beach somewhere. So with your help, man, we're gonna make that thing happen. So
I'm gonna be right there next to you.
I know, man. But you know what they say, Kurt, you know the old saying, man, first you gotta get the money, then you gotta get the power, then you gotta get the what?
The respect.
Let's go get it, man.
Let's get it.
Let's go have a good night, man. You guys have a great weekend, a great week, very productive. Let's go get it.
Money, power, respect, what you need in life. Money, power, respect, what you can ride. Money, power, respect, money, power, respect, money, power, respect. My whole clique bout it. We take yours while you proud about it.